Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Twisted Games review. Next up, we're reviewing Spider Man 2, a game I recently played on my stream. So, in the description below, we'll have my playlist of Spider Man 2. You guys want to watch it. And this is, I'm using my footage from my stream. So, if you guys do enjoy this type of content, give this video a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Now, let's begin with the review. Now, the premise of Spider-Man 2, the main story of Spider-Man 2, you play as Peter Parker and Miles Morales. And so basically, we are playing with these two during the course of the game, which against two of the main villains of the game. Well, the real trailer, so I don't have to spoil much about that. Which original villain in the game is Craven, who all he wants to do is capture the evil guys, like for what they call his prey, and like fight them so he can like best him or find someone strong enough to kill him. And then Venom, who in the game wants to help purify the city, make sure everyone is healthy, and there's a more reason digestible for that. Again, that's the main story spoiler. So at that point, I will not go into much much info into that part. If you guys want to play, you guys should play it if you guys want to. Venom and Craven. How they are people, how it's more fleshed out and stuff like that. No, we have the story. That's basically the main story, and there's other stuff in it like Peter and Jay's relationship, Peter and Harry's relationship, Miles and his mom, Miles and his friends, and they all have different side missions equally to them that fleshes out more of their counterpart story and stuff like that. Now, you want to ask what type of combat they do? Well, one of the combats is basically action, fist fighting with some abilities and stuff like that. So you got your regular combo of just striking people. You can use your webs to like stun people. They have different gadgets where it goes and absorbs everyone to the middle and like blows them up, stuff like that. And they have abilities like Spider-Man with Peter Parker will have like mechanical stuff and he just goes through them, while Miles has electrical current, so he can like do electrical paralyzations with them. He use electric current to like hit them with all that stuff, and then over of course as well, there's a focus meter. So the more punches you do with the focus meter, the more um you can regain your health using a bar, or the other one is using a finisher. A basic finisher is instantly KO someone in the middle of a fight. So you don't have to, like say someone's using like a dual wield weapon, you can't go against them. Well, you can go ahead and use the finisher button and just go and beat them up. He also dodge. There's also a parry. Like parry is only used for like a yellow like hitbox pops up. If you time perfectly for the parry, you can also go ahead and have them drop their weapon. You can do a certain amount of attacks with it, and you get KO in that way. If you do like a perfect dodge animation, uh, whoever playing as Spider-Man will go and use their webs to stun them, so they can't like maybe shoot a weapon at you from distance, or like in general like can't punch you, so you can do more stuff with that. Also, last part of the fight, there if you press the L3 and R3 button together, you go into type of fairy mode. So basically, you just like dominate more against these guys, and so basically come invincible to a point where just beating them up, and then you wipe them out until it goes away, and then it builds back up over the course of time. The abilities um will recruit more time as long as you fight. Maybe you're going stealth, and you're like, oh, I'm taking these guys down. That's another way to get your abilities back up and get your gadgets back up. And in terms of fighting, what basically you need everything to occur in the game. Stealth is also a key part of it, because if you're going to like in a building and there's like 50 guys, and like, damn, I gotta go. Well, we gotta stealth. So like for instance, Miles has a invisibility cloak that has a certain time limit, but if you can go around in certain area, taking 1 or 2 people out before it runs out, and then go back to their highest spot until that charge goes back up. Like I said, stealth is actually pretty cool. I'm usually myself, I'm not a stealth person, but I gotta give credit to the game that stealth actually makes stealth rewarding in the game. You want to do stealth and stuff like that, so that's good stuff for how Spider-Man does things inside this game. Now, along with that, there's a few things with the characters that make things a little bit unique. With again with abilities and stuff, you have the skill tree. So each Spider-Man has their own skill tree. So like regular here, Parker Spider-Man has a skill tree. Miles Morales has a skill tree, and then there's another skill tree that combines with both players, and so it works with. So one with the two of them, with the both of them, you unlock one of those things, it locks with both of them. So the fact that they both have their singular skill tree, and then they both has a combined skill tree is really good. And you can't unlock all skill trees. You can unlock all abilities, all skills inside the thing. Also with skins, they all have own specific skins. So you can unlock over the course of the game, and you can do it by getting four different things. One called tech parts, which just get from random missions, and so of course, and there's like little crates, blue crates, and you just get tech parts for that. There are city tokens, which again, that's how you complete missions. They got rare tech parts, and yeah, you get them with complete missions again in certain crates. And lastly, the hero tokens, which normally with hero token, there's certain um side missions for that, and then that's how you max out your districts. Those are key points in here because I said you can get the rare techs, the ability to fast travel, and then the hero tokens, and you need those because I say you're at the bottom right corner of the map, like damn it, my main mission is going to the top left corner of the map. You can if you complete enough side quests in the top level of the map, you can fast travel in that spot and go basically right next to it. So that's why traversing is simplified in that point. Traversing can be really good and really poor depending on how you view it on certain missions and stuff like that. And then there's another set you can upgrade your stuff. So like you can upgrade your health, you can upgrade your combat, traversing, and your focus meter. So those are really key points of the game that is relative to you as a person that are trying to fight, going through a story, depending how much side quests you do, makes it easier or harder for yourself. Personally, I try to do all the side quest missions as much as possible in the game before I do the story mission. And then I can go back in, story, and beat the story. Stuff like that. Now, for this game, we gotta talk about the pros and cons of the game. For first, though, I'm gonna talk the pros of the game. So I think that one of the biggest pros about this game is its combat. Combat is really good in this game, especially more abilities you unlock throughout the game based on the story progression. Combat's really good. Like I said, I'm not a stealth person. I think the stealth aspect is good. You can instead of going from like light on the top, you can create your own web and you can just walk over them. I think that's really cool in that regard. And I think combat is really good. Amount of side missions in the game in terms of pros is also really good. I think these side missions are most of the side missions, not all. Most side missions are done really well. Like one of my favorite ones is the flame ones. I think the flame is really good. How it does things, which is done throughout the course of the game. I think Marco's quest is pretty good. I believe the I think it's called FNSM app, which it was like I think it's closer to Miles. That's pretty good because there's like one really sad one, but then also one really uplifting quest for that. So it depends on which one you do, which one you don't. That makes sense. How you want to do it. And then there's some side quests it's like it's like whatever. And some of the side quests is like not enough of them. Like there's one side quest for Miles where her mom is trying to open this art museum, but someone tries to like steal out of it. But the problem is only 2 side quests for it, and you're done with it. It's like, okay, can I get like 1 or 2 more? So in that regard, there's like 2. But meanwhile, there's this like symbiote nest one that doesn't get revealed until like the end of the game, and there's 10 of those. It's just like, can I get like some evens and odds? And like their 100 bases are like 4 big ones, but there are 11 little small bases for it. So the amount of side quests are not equal to each other. But some are, like I said, some are good, some are bad, depending on how you take it and stuff like that. And there's some good Easter eggs in there that's really good for the game. And then, like I said, skins. Some of the skins are really cool in the game. Some are like okay, but you lock them like using the tech parts, the like tokens and stuff like that. You get the colored versus like you unlock the main skin and then you unlock the colored skins after. So that stuff is really good. You want to like when you're a guy look badass in these skins, that's how you do it, using the skins. I like the story. So not all part of the story. I think the main story arc of the game with Kraven and Venom, that's really good. And another pros, there's a whole entire section where you play as Venom. And when playing Venom is so awesome. Awesome gameplay for Venom. Very awesome gameplay as Venom, and that is good. And then for exploring, because sometimes a game will tell you where the side quest is at. Other times you have to explore, and it's really good for you to explore because like there's a specific side quest for spider bots you have to collect. It's around spider bots, and you can't really get them until you explore. So they give you the opportunity to explore a lot, and you need to explore to get all the side missions done, which I think is a good thing. And it's not that hard to like explore each district. Each district is pretty easy to explore. They're not very big and not very small. Some have more missions, others don't have missions. So take that as well with the exploitizing of the game. Now, negatives. The biggest negative in this whole entire game is these stupid Mary Jane missions. There are 3 of them, and bad and terrible and stupid. So basically, what you have to do with Mary Jane missions, you have to sneak around with a stun gun, and all she does, she kicks them so hard in the leg apparently that they fall down, and you taser them. That's it. You can't. If you try to fight them, you take like 2 or 3 hits, and then you're dead, and then you start back. So Mary Jane missions are annoying. They're one of the most annoying missions. You can't do anything. You can throw a rock to distract them too, but you can't do anything. She needs to not be in feature gameplay. Not put her in feature gameplay, Insomniac. Don't do it. She sucks. Her gameplay segments suck. Do not use them. Another issue with this game, it has some frame rate issues. I don't know if you guys explored it or not, but sometimes when I fast travel from one area to the next, game goes in shit. Especially the back end of the game, the last like 5 or 6 missions, I'll go one area to the next. I'm like, whoa, why is this so off for? I don't know, but that's unfortunate with the game and stuff like that. That some frame rate issues that need to be fixed. Traversing can be a pain sometimes. I'll be going one way, and for some reason, I'll press like X to like basically accept my glide over and go a different direction. I'm like, I didn't tell you to do that. Like I'd be going like, on my left analog stick, I will go straight ahead. Maybe I slightly go right with it, and then it tells me it just goes right. And something is annoying because there's one set of side quests you have to follow this drone around, and if you can't follow this drone, sometimes the drone takes really tight turns and goes really high, goes really low. You have to follow it to get a download percentage 100%. Well, sometimes with these tight walls and tight turns and everything, you just go, "Oh crap, I can't do it," because I hit a building or I hit the top of the building and so all my momentum. And sometimes that's like, it's not good. And no more time without that gameplay either. Please, it's not good. Another issue with the game. I didn't write this down, but it just popped in my head. Your manual saves don't matter. And you're like, what do you mean your manual saves don't matter? Well, let's just say, for instance, you're doing these hunter-based missions, because hunter-based mission is a good example of it. Because in the hunter-based missions, when you do like the small bases, trying to figure out where it point from the big building, and usually the big building one has like 3 to 4 different things you have to disable. So one's like will do lasers, one will do stop reinforcements coming in, which you want stop reinforcements coming in because you don't want 1 on 60%. So the main problem with the game itself in terms of the manual saving is that, let's say I did all my manual save, right? And I'm like, oh crap, I messed up or something. I didn't want to work them. So let me go back to my last save I did and you complete all the side quests, the side steps inside it. Well, if you reload from your manual save, let's say you feed nearly all of them, so for like, let's say 10 people, right? They're really in there. Problem is the manual save is it actually boots you all the way back at the beginning of the mission. And you're like, what the hell? I did not save before the mission starts. On top of that, it goes all your, because for some reason the manual save recognizes that you did those side quests part. You have to do everything from the beginning. So all the guys you already defeated before you go into that build, that specified building, all the enemies repopulate. And you're like, what the hell? I already defeated these guys. Why am I at the very beginning of the mission? But yet everything I did before is done. Makes no sense. And that's really frustrating because it happened to me. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't want to do that. I alerted them. There's stuff like twin guys. I'm like, I don't know, I can beat twin guys with my one person. Well, let me roll back to where I was, where I saved 5 seconds prior. Problem is, it blew me all the way beginning of the game, beginning of the mission. But it's like missions are completed. Doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the point of me manual saving? It don't put me in the right spot I was at. And not just that, one time I ended the stream right next to the main mission. And then the next day when I started playing it, I'm nowhere near the where spot I saved at. I'm like, there's no point. Why are you giving me the option of manual save in a specific location if I can't save at that specific location? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how that's a flawed system. Like, stop doing that. I saved with 10 guys left. I should not have to go back and face the previous 25 guys I just beat prior. Stop doing that, Insomniac. That's lazy. Absolutely lazy. And then the last part is negative. And there's story reasons why this occurs. But when you play as Peter and Miles with these main missions, most of the time, I want to say about 90 to 85% to 90% of the time, you're playing as either one or the other, and the other does not come with you. The other one doesn't. And it's pretty annoying where you can't have the other person there. There's 2 Spider-Mans, so both guys should be participating in, I don't know, defeating Kraven for a majority of this game. Unfortunately, for the majority of the game, there's only one person facing Kraven, and usually it's Peter Parker. Sometimes Miles, but mostly Peter. So you basically play a lot more as Peter than you do as Miles in these missions, and they should be participating more together. There are parts like when you place the very opening game, when you face Sandman, both guys are used together to fight off Sandman. Sometimes they fight together against Kraven, and back at the back end of it, that's really the only thing they're kind of using together and facing Venom and symbiotes. Problem is the venom part, symbiote part, is usually one or the other still. Like, for instance, when first symbiotes break out, you play one side as Peter, and then the other opposite side, you play one section as Miles, and now you guys don't show up until you're done fighting the person until the very end, until another wave comes in. So that's part a little annoying. That they need to put, if you're gonna advertise two guys playing, be able to control two guys, you need to play it together as both guys in the same mission. Well, yeah, that's all my negatives in the game. I know I harp more on the negatives than I did the positives, but that save point is really frustrating of the game. It's over that. Telling you right now, there will be a Spider-Man 3. The ending of this game has signified there will be. Not going to spoil the ending, but the ending itself sets up what will Spider-Man 3 will probably look like in the future when it comes out, probably in 2027. I don't know. I just made a year up. It probably makes sense in my head. So, anyways, the good or the bad, the score of my game, I really did enjoy this game. I felt like the game could have been co-op. I can understand why it's not co-op, but it could be co-op. Maybe Spider-Man 3 will be co-op. We don't know. But hopefully this game has a co-op option in it. So my final score of this game is an 8.5 out of 10. It is a really good game. It really is. Problem is, like I said, there's some issues and some problems with it. And no one's going to sit here to say it's a perfect game because it's really not. But it has issues. It has its problem, and I just think that it needed more oomph into the game. It's definitely like a good game of the year contender. I think for most people, it's not gonna win game of the year, but it has expectations. I think for someone who actually don't play superhero games like I do, I just don't play superhero game. The last superhero game I actually played was Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out a few years ago. I played that game. That was actually pretty solid. This game here, the game is really good, and it should be really good. People should play it. People should go buy and play this game. But it needs some minor improvements. If it get those minor improvement rights with the game, it'll definitely be game of the year when it comes out in 2027 when it's on PlayStation 6. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this type of content. I also want to do at the end here, it's unrelated to the review, but I did recently complete Inescapables No Rules No Rescue. I was thinking whether or not to what's it called, do a review of the game, but I don't think I will, because you had to play through that game 4 times, and I don't know if you're playing the game through 4 times, get the 4 different endings of the game. But thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.